Welcome back to Fairfield Academy. Our pet can eat, level up, and even use special powers. But today we are turning this into a real challenge. We are adding a timer, a score system, and yes, a game over. Let's jump into Scratch. Now I'm going to create variables called time left, score, and game over. So it should be time left, which I already have, score, and then game over. So, but if you don't have to create a variable, you have to come to make a variable, put the name of the variable and just click OK, and then you create your variable. Now, once you've done that, next thing you need to now go is, now before that, you need to know that in challenge mode, you don't play forever. You only survive for a certain amount of time. And then you need to go to your pet sprites, and then you add sets. So you're going to take this in pet sprites and add it to the top. So we say set time left to 30. Set score to 0. So that I do not forget, let me just add this now. And then set game over to 0. Now we have 30 seconds to keep our pets alive and happy. And inside the pet forever loop, we're going to add an if then. So go to control, say if then, and maybe I change the position of energy. Let's do it like this. So say if then, so go to operators and pick equals to, and say if game over equals to 0, then we'll go to control and pick wait 1 second. And then we'll go to variables now. So now pick change time left by. -1. So now, this means that every second, the timer goes down. When it reaches 0, the game ends. Now we need to go to our food sprites. When these sprites click, so say if hunger less than 0, set hunger to 0. Now we're going to add an if then. So we take if then from control. And then we'll go to operator equals to. So we say variables and pick game over. If game over equals to 0, change score by 1. Now in the button sprites, we're going to add an if then too. We'll say if then, we'll go to operators. We'll say game over equals to 0. Then change score by 2. Now, the better you take care of your pets, the higher your score. That is why we had to implement it in the food and in the button. Now, the game over condition. So, we're going to go out to our pet sprites. Inside our forever loop, we'll go to control. And then in the we'll pick if then. So, pick this if then, put it under here. And then we'll go to operators and pick equal greater than. So we'll say if hunger greater than 10. What is hunger? Okay. If hunger greater than 10, change set game over to 1. Then if happiness, so go to control again. Let me just duplicate this guy. So save happiness less than okay. Shit. I just take this guy out. Go to operators and pick less than. Okay. Then go to variables and pick happiness. Then we save happiness less than 0. Set game over to 1. So the first one is if one guy is greater than 10, set game over to 1. If happiness is less than 0, set game over to 1. Now we're going to add another if then that says, so I'll just duplicate this again. And say if game over equals to 1. So go to operators and pick equals to. Then go to variables and pick game over. And we'll save game over equals to 1. Say game over. So go to loops. Pick the first one that says hello. We'll say game over for 3 seconds. And then stop all. And that will be in to control. Yes. Now we'll know a pet reuse, and that is how real game works. Actions have consequences. So I'm going to start this now. And you can see that our timer works. So because of time, I'm going to speed this up. Now if you probably follow the instructions that I had done earlier on creating our AI pet so far up to this point, you notice that the timer does not go past 24, right? So now we're going to fix that right now. And to do that, we're going to separate our timing logic from our main loop. So the first thing we're going to do now is we're going to go to events and say when green flag click, now I'm going to say forever, not forever though. When green flag clicked, let's go up. So we're going to move this set time left and game over. And we'll leave only the score. Now I'm going to come down. Now we're going to have this. Now next one we're going to do now is we're going to say forever. I pick forever from control. And now I'm going to go, okay, still in control, pick if then. And say if game over equals to 0. So go to operators and pick equals to. And go to variable and pick game over. So we say if game over equals to 0. Wait 1 second from control. And then change time left by -1. Now we've fixed our timer. We should run this. It should be counting. As soon as it is counting 27, 26, and the likes. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is inside our main logic, just come down there. We'll say if hunger greater than, let's increase it to 20. Set game over to 1. Let's remove this happiness and put time left. If time left less than 0, set game over to 1. Now if game over equals to 0, say game over for 2 seconds. And then change set game over to 1. No. Say game over for 2 seconds. And instead of set game over, I'm going to stop all. So just remove this set game over, turn this to 3, and then we'll come to control and pick stop all. And that is it. You fixed your time stopping at 24, and then you've also improved the logic. So now you should test this and see how time is now moving like a counter. And then so I want to see that it shows game over. It's going to show game over. Should set game over to 1 in minutes. Now you can see game over and then it stops everything. So yes, the reason why it was breaking earlier was because everything was inside one forever loop with the wait 1 second. That this wait 1 second change any bad. So that was why it was breaking. So but right now we've separated our system and now it's working efficiently. So now the next episode 9, episode 5, we're going to do something else, and that is the final episode. So this is the episode 4. If you're just joining us, so you can see that we've now added our timer, condition nesting, game over states, score states, consequences in logic, simple game with a simple game architecture. So now, and just like that, you've built your challenge mode. You now have a timer, score system, and a real game over condition. That is how real game developers think. Even right now, you also learned how to separate logic so that you do not have one giant code blocks that break your code. In the final episode, we're going to polish this game and make it feel even more professional. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode at Flourish Field Academy.